Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of 3 of the Power of Connection live interview series with the amazing co-authors in this epic book. I don't know if you watched day 1, but if you haven't, please do go back. There's so many golden nuggets getting to know these amazing co-authors. You can see why everyone is joining District 32. It's the place to be and connect. And this book, you can see beautiful Perth on there, is a really amazing collection. I'm just going to read the blurb and then I'm going to welcome the editor of the book and also project manager, the wonderful Tracy Regan, to join me. And then we're going to get to know some of the co-authors. Are we ready? Yes. And I want to celebrate that we just became a #1 best-selling book on Amazon. So you're talking now to best-selling authors, listening to them and listening to their stories. So yeah, we're celebrating here today. Thank you for everyone who went and grabbed a book yesterday, because we were really pushing it. And we hope that it is inspiring. And if you've grabbed a book and you've read a story that really resonates with you, reach out to us, let us know so we can let the authors know. Okay. So business can never be described as easy. But what if there was a way to leverage the knowledge, experience, and expertise of others so you could better navigate the challenges and triumphs that face all business owners and entrepreneurs? This was the motivation that has seen District 32 survive 10 years as a collaborative business growth community, with members who have passion, support each other towards success. It's also the motivation behind this book to support your business journey by bringing together the experiences, stories, and learnings of business owners whose perseverance, growth, and genuine hard work have taken them on unexpected journeys of growth, and in some cases, triumph in its many forms. All journeys in life are constant works in progress, but we hope these stories and the lessons shared inspire you to take the step you've been longing to take in business and beyond. Okay, come and join me, Tracy.
Hey, how you doing?
Can we do our happy dance? I know we can only do a
Yes, let's
limited
do it.
happy
Let's
dance.
do it. #1 bestseller. Yay!
Yes, well done to you. Honestly, you are just I love your energy behind this book, because this book's very important to you, isn't it, Tracy? Can you share why?
Absolutely, yeah. It's been really, it's a work in progress over the last 12 months, and it's really, really amazing to be sharing those stories now. It's fantastic.
Yes, yeah, and it's such an amazing book. We talked about it yesterday. We met some amazing co-authors yesterday, and we're going to meet 4 other amazing co-authors today. So will we get to it?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Okay, we are going to welcome the wonderful Gail Goldberg to join us on stage. Welcome, Gail.
Woohoo!
Hey!
You can see that the Gail's in her Zen den there, hey?
Sorry, I missed that.
Your Zen den. It's just a beautiful energy behind you there with your lamp.
Yeah, no, I do think it's important to have nature around you where you can. Yep.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Gail, we heard you speak before, but for our viewers here today, can you share with us what the power of connection really means to you in business and in life?
I suppose for me, I'm a people person, so I've always loved people. I just bond with people of all levels. And I suppose in the latter years in business, one realizes that there is power in the connection. So it's not just knowing people, but the connection and also where you go. So personally in business, I'm very fortunate. I come from a community of bookkeepers that we're very community based, and that has been absolutely powerful and imperative to where I've gone in my business, having a community that is in the same sector as myself and cheering each other on. So that is very powerful. And then just going with networking, it has been absolutely awesome, where you can just call on a professional, if you've got a challenge in any particular area in your business. So that's been really great. And then in the personal space, it's just imperative, especially as you go through challenges in life. So I have an awesome group of friends, and I couldn't do life without them. So being able to lean on people and call on them in the power of need, but also to celebrate your life and celebrate your wins with them. So yeah,
Absolutely.
that for me it's all about connection. But I only kind of really got that in later years. I just took it for granted,
Yeah.
the person and connect.
Beautiful. And that leads beautifully into the title of your chapter, which is What If? A question you could ask yourself. Like, that's just intriguing. So can you share with us a little about your chapter?
Well, the main thing for me to get the chapter going was it was always on my bucket list to, write something one day. My goal was a children's book, but this was just amazing. I got the opportunity. But deep down, I don't know, something inside me just said I would live with regret if I didn't try. And I suppose over my journey over the last 10, 14, 15 years, if I didn't ask that question, what if, like my first networking event, I didn't even understand networking. So to be fair, my understanding for those of us who come from an industry where computers were all networked through what was called a mainframe, that was called networking back in the day.
Yes.
It has now changed to humans. That
Yes.
goes for the power of connection. So that was my what if. What if, I do start my business, where would it go? What if I went to this networking? And so those are questions I've asked myself in life, and it's been an amazing journey. If I hadn't taken those steps, I certainly wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
A
It's a
number one
question we
best-selling
can,
author.
yes.
But yeah, better than a
You
children's
didn't know
book.
that waking up today, did you? Honestly.
I'm glad that I had my interview today.
Yes.
That's
But
awesome.
it's a question that that provokes and ignites something within us, and goes on a self exploration. Really, isn't it? It can lead you down a whole new path in life, that is more aligned with your purpose and all of that, isn't it? And how is that for you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been transformational to my life. And just as you were talking, I remembered I did listen to the interview yesterday, and Stephen was talking about fear. So the problem is, what if? And then we let all the fear and all the negativity bounce into our heads, holds us back, and we kind of run the other way. Where, it's what if? I'm not going to die, I'm not going to break, but we really are so prone to the fear. That's within us that we kind of hold ourselves back. So just making the steps, like I'm not the same person you met me 10 years ago. It's just constant growth, constant challenges, which has just been awesome.
Yeah, the curiosity and adventure of those two words, I think, is just amazing.
Yeah.
Gail, thank you so much for joining us. Can you let everyone know where they can find you?
Yes, you can find me on LinkedIn, Instagram more under my business, and obviously on Facebook. But LinkedIn would probably be the best option to connect with me. And there's obviously my website if you want to have a sticky beat.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys, go and check out Gail on LinkedIn and all of the places online. And
Your
don't forget
business
to
name,
go.
Gail?
Gold
Sorry?
balance bookkeeping.
Thank you.
So gold is about integrity, balance is about balance in life, and bookkeeping, well, it's a foundation to your business.
You can't avoid that. Beautiful. Thank you,
Thank
Gail.
you.
Oh, I love it. We are going to welcome the wonderful Suzanne Finlay to the stage. Suzanne, are you there? There we
I'm
are.
here. Hi, Karen. How you going?
Welcome and congratulations on being one of our newest best-selling authors.
Yes, how lovely. Thank you very much for all the hard work that you've done. Appreciate that.
Beautiful. So, Suzanne, what does connection mean, or what does the power of connection mean to you?
I think that's encapsulated in my chapter. So if I could just talk about that,
Please
because
go.
for 3 years ago, I had all my connections ripped from me. I moved to a town 8 hours away from the city, my family, my friends, my colleagues, my clients. I had a cyclone destroy the house and I had no power for 4 weeks. I didn't know a soul in the town. And so it was a very bleak of not being supported at a personal level. My marriage broke up as well, which was 20 years too late. But but I had a record year from a business perspective, and that was because the one thing I hung on to when I moved away was I came back to Perth, drove 8 hours to attend a networking function. And so I would come home down to Perth, spend 2 or 3 days catching up with people, and then I would drive back to the town. And so when I left, I came back down to Perth. I had probably a dozen places I could have gone to stay. People came out of the woodwork that I didn't even expect, who said, come stay with me. So I couch surfed for about 3 months while I was looking for somewhere to live. And as I said, I had a record year financially from my business because I was still getting referrals from the network that I had built up before I left. So I think that's the power of networking, or the power of connection, is what feeds us. It feeds our soul, it feeds our family, and it nourishes us. And I don't think, having tried to live for 8 months without that human connection in a town where I had none, it's brought home even more starkly to me how important that is. And my ex-husband had no friends, no connections to bring with him, and nothing to go back to, and he's in a whole different mental headspace.
Yeah.
And
When
it
you see
is
the
not
power
like,
sorry, go on. So when you see the power of connection in action like that, it's just fascinating, isn't it?
That's words you can say all you like around the power of connection, how important it is, but until you've had it ripped from you, it's doesn't mean anything. It just means blah blah blah. It's good. We all know it's good. We all know it's good for us. When you've lost it, then you really appreciate how good it is.
so you've really rebuilt a whole new life, Suzanne, from the ground up. And to share your story of, the couch surfing and things like that, just to rebuild it. You did what it took to get ahead, and you did it, and you used your connections, and I'm sure you're there and you give back as well, because of this that you have been brought down to that, and then you grow and build upon that. Like, there's such a story arc in that, it's like a hero's journey that you are actually living.
And what if I hadn't, to hark back to your previous speaker, what if I hadn't? So one of the things, like her, I didn't want to get to the point where I had no more options with my life other than to move into a home. I did not want to look back and go, what if? So I did all that, and you're right. It's made me a totally different person, much stronger, much happier as a result.
Yeah, and your chapter shows the person behind your business. So can you share with us your business so that people can go and check you out?
So it's Bid Buddy, and we write tenders and business proposals for small to medium-sized businesses mostly. So bidbuddy.com.au. I'm also on LinkedIn.
Beautiful.
So inspiring, isn't it, Tracy?
It's so inspiring. Yes. We said yesterday how vulnerable some of these stories are, and it's so emotive, I think, to get to that.
That's the word.
connection.
The editor knows the exact word.
To write about what I did, and in an attempt also to help other women not make the same mistakes that I had made, marrying a narcissist, etc. And that connection has also been really therapeutic. So writing about it was as much to help me as to help others as to help me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing.
We can connect with that. Suzanne, thank you so much for showing up and for sharing your story. We really appreciate it. I know it's going to reach the hearts and minds of those destined to read it. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Karen.
Bye. Oh, amazing, amazing stories. I have a message here. I'm just going to just check it. That's okay. So we're going to welcome Rosemary, and then we've got Dev coming up for a nice conversation about their chapters. So will we welcome Rosemary Hocknell up? Come on ahead, Rosemary.
Hi, how are you?
Hey.
I am great. How are you going?
Good, really well, thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations on number 1.
It's fantastic. What an achievement for everyone involved.
Absolutely.
It's nice when you do it at 22 people at once. It's just so, you should see my happy dance. And I'm bringing faces to it.
That's brilliant.
Yes. So congratulations on being part of this amazing book with amazing co-authors. Like every single person I get something from every time I speak to you. So District 32 is the network to be at, like really. But your chapter is called Transforming Past Insights into Future Triumphs. Can you talk to that for us, please, Rosemary?
Absolutely. I think, certainly answering some of your earlier questions with other authors, for me, the power of connection means connection in terms of human to human. We often look at it takes a village to raise a family, but in fact, as a business owner, it takes a community. And I look back in my journey, and one of the things as a previous business owner is I lacked a network. I lacked the connection of people where I could make less mistakes. So it's been a remarkable journey. And unfortunately, it's a little bit like that aged bottle of wine. It only tastes so good when it's been on the shelf for a period of time. And as business owners, we make tremendous mistakes that really we've got to be able to look in that review mirror to reflect back on, to know what to do differently. And District 32 has transformed certainly so much of who I am and how I see things so differently in connecting with people through networking, because networking has actually transformed how I look at things and help business owners today currently in the importance of being able to surround yourself with people that can help you navigate the landscape, make sure that you're not making those mistakes, because you can have a mastermind group, you can tap into industry experts, you develop such invaluable relationships that you know who to go to. So unfortunately, my first business failed. And I think looking back, I struggled with it tremendously because I was governed by this fear of failure and this fear of shame to some degree. And this chapter, I think, has really allowed me to maybe bring those skeletons out of the closet to actually showcase to people that, in fact, business is hard. It's not easy. And one of the things I touch on is, the 25 things that I've learned within business that I think is invaluable for any business owner that's now coming into the space to not make those mistakes. But as a business owner, we've really got to be able to get out there and embrace mistakes. And for me, that's been the greatest journey, is knowing that actually I didn't fail, that during that point in my life, because not everything is going to be, a lifetime. And for me, it was a season, but it taught me invaluable lessons that I'm now carrying forward in my current business to help other business owners. So it's been a remarkable journey, and I've certainly got my family to thank for, backing my crazy ideas, my entrepreneurial spirit, and certainly the tenacity, for any business owner, it's that tenacity to never give up. And if for any reason you do fail, we got to just on 5 years, and our business didn't fail because of anything other than cash flow. We got into bed with some really big business owners, and it put us to our knees. We grew exponentially. We exploded overnight. And again, if I had surrounded myself with the right people and the right networks back then and understood the importance of networking and connecting and the power of that connection, maybe my journey would have been different. But then looking back through that lens, I think my journey was meant to be exactly what it was, so that I now have a toolbox that's full that I can actually help nurture others and actually help their garden flourish and to grow and scale their businesses accordingly.
Oh, we could listen to her all day, couldn't we?
Absolutely.
I love it. I love all the metaphors. I love all of the lessons. And I always feel we don't fail. We just learn and grow through it. And then,
Absolutely.
so I believe. And now you're sharing your experiences through your chapters for those words to reach people who need to read them and can action them and learn from them. And it'll help them on their journey as well. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. As my dad would always say, I paid my school fees.
You did. You did. You did.
Yeah, we can't, or we can never go through life in a perfect way, can we? We've got to learn from our mistakes. So
100%, and then help others along the way.
It's a journey. Can you share with everyone your business and where they can find you?
Absolutely. So my business is called Social Tides, where we help you to anchor your brand through profit, people, and presence. So we work with you to help navigate the wild waters of marketing, sales, and talent acquisition. And people can find me at www.socialtides.com.au or go to my LinkedIn profile, Rosemary Hocknell.
There's a polished elevator pitch. I'm very impressed.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Rosemary. It was been
Thank you both so much for all of your hard work as well. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, amazing. I just keep smiling every time we get someone new. It's like, yeah. And we have the amazing Dev coming to join us now. Dev, come and join us. Hello.
Hi. Lovely to see you.
Oh, look at Dev is real smart, and he's put Perth Grow underneath his name. See?
That's the right thing to do.
Yes. So, Dev, congratulations on becoming a best-selling author. If you didn't know that, it happened about half an hour ago. So just letting you know. And we're going to be celebrating online and sharing everywhere. So that's wonderful. But we're going to be chatting about your chapter, but also can you share with us what the power of connection means to you in business and life, really?
Yeah, I mean, we landed in Perth in 2007 with $6,000, a wife and 3 kids, and we needed to start basically a new life. Yeah. The realization of nobody and nobody knows you was probably one of the most daunting things, combined with the excitement of a new life, a new future, and something that we wanted to create for the kids. So I realized very quickly the only way to really grow your business is through connection and it's relationship. So it was one meeting, one conversation after the other that actually eventually led me to grow my business. So being part of District 32 and being connected to a group of people is absolutely vital. I mean, there's no way anybody can be in business. And I think that's coming through, obviously, in a little bit of my story in the book as well, that businesses don't fail because they don't have a good service or a great service or even a great product, but they fail because nobody knows them. And that connection is absolutely important.
Absolutely. I connect with you. I arrived in 2008. the year after you with exactly the same story. It was like, wow, isn't it crazy? So your chapter is called The Purpose of Your Dreams is the Foundation of Your Success. So can you talk to that a little without giving away all the gold?
Yeah, I think through life, I've been really going through so many challenges and diversities, especially in business. And working hard and being sincere, I've learned is not the thing that is going to make you successful and keep you going. But having that resilience, and resilience only comes through hardship and trouble. It's like diamonds are created under pressure. So for me, the understanding of and everything that I've gone through, the thing that stood out above all was what was the thing that kept me going? Yes. Because you only fail when you quit. So quitting is never an option.
Yeah.
And I've realized through the years, everybody's got goals. I mean, I had a New Year's goal to say I need to lose a bit of weight, but those goals never last. But the thing that really lasts and goes the distance is the purpose. So if I've got a goal or a dream, that's fine, but it's not a good enough motivation. But if I know the reason why I'm doing, the purpose behind what I'm actually doing and why I've got this goal and I've set out, and that why is big enough, then no challenge and no thing will be able to stop you. And that is the power of that dream that you need to have. And if we think about anybody's, if you want to build a building, for instance, it starts off with a dream, a vision, something that you've got in your mind. And you've got the faith, and you can explain that to somebody else, but they've got no idea what you're talking about. It's only the faith and that dream and that thing that is driving you, that is that purpose that you want to build this thing. And you can see it clearly. You can see the stairs and the golden handrails and the things that you want to create in that building. But it's only when that dream is powerful enough, the reason and the why is powerful enough, that it moves you to actually put action. And that's when you start talking to builders, talking to the council, talking to making plans. And eventually the reality, the physical, will start to appear. And that's the day when the ground is broken, you start building the first bricks and the building goes up. Then everybody around you will come and look at it and say, wow, now we can see what you were seeing and what you meant. But before that, nobody knows. So it all happens inside your own heart and own mind. Yeah. And the reason behind what you're doing and why you're doing, if that is big enough, then the how is not a problem. So yeah.
You've articulated that beautifully. I get it, and it's you can have all the dreams and intentions and all of the things, but if you don't have purpose that drives that and then the action behind it, then you're just going to stand in one place, really, aren't you? It's just amazing. So
yeah, we always say that when you're writing a book as well, you have to know your why. You have to really be powerful and understand exactly what you're doing it for and why. So yeah.
How did you enjoy the writing process?
Yeah, I was quite excited. Once I got going, I realized, look, I don't think I'll be able to put it all in a few thousand words. So, but it's inspired me to now actually contemplate of the book that I've been wanting to write going forward. So that's definitely a stepping stone. But it actually came so much easier than I thought. Initially it was like, oh, this is a daunting task. Yeah. When we got into it was actually so easy just to share something about my own life,
Amazing. So now all you have to do is get the theme of the book, write out those that contents, the chapters, and then each one will just be like writing a chapter again, for each content.
Taking it one step at a time.
You've got one of the best editors in Perth access to it. So there you go. We're sorted. We can't wait to see your book.
Well, I thank you for bringing us this opportunity, because if it wasn't for you starting it out, it would have never happened. So thank you so much.
Oh, it's beautiful. It doesn't happen without people showing up and saying yes to it. So thank you, Dev. Can you share with everyone your business and where they can find you?
So the business is called Perth Grow. We've got actually a couple of companies: Perth Grow Finance, Perth Grow Capital, Perth Grow Property Investments. We've recently started off with coaching as well. Yeah. And the whole purpose of this business is to help people grow their wealth through property investments. Yes. It's basically 10xing their wealth. Most people get stuck with only one or two investment properties, and they do not know how to scale. How do we get to 5? How do we get to 10? How do we get to 50 properties? And the secrets is out there. And through the years of being a mortgage broker, I've learned a lot of the secrets of what works and what doesn't work. So the whole purpose for me is to really educate, train, then help people get the finance, find the right property, and get them on this wealth growing journey.
Oh, you got to form
Why
Fantastic.
it's called Perth Grow, because we grow and we want everybody to grow as well in
Yeah.
Perth.
You can definitely
Fantastic.
feel that from you. So thank you so much, Dev. We really enjoyed chatting with you, and thank you so much for showing up for this opportunity.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Race.
So, Tracy,
Yeah.
you are an author in this book also.
Oh,
So
I am.
congratulations on becoming a best-selling author. And just as the title of your chapter, which is called Universal Intervention, I am allowing
Yes.
universal intervention to happen here. And because we have so much of it, I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, thanks.
So, Tracy, you know, you love District 32. You're very much a part of the whole tapestry of it.
Income
And
structure.
yes, that's it. Infrastructure. I'm tapestry or infrastructure. But the book, you've definitely been the person who's project managed and made this come and put so much beautiful energy into this beautiful blend of business and personal, and these stories are now connecting with people and so they're so resonant for people. So your chapter is called Universal Intervention. Can you please speak to that and why that's
Sure.
important to you?
Sure. Well, I had prior to becoming an editor and prior to working with words in the way that I do today, I actually wrote a few children's books, as you know, Karen.
Yeah.
And I had a business that lasted about 12 years, actually, by the skin of its teeth. But there was certainly lots of learnings and really, really powerful learnings throughout that time. But when it was time to finish that and move on to what I do now, the signs were really there. The signs were actually, saying it's time now to move on, stop. 12 years is long enough to be putting myself under that sort of pressure, really, around cash flow, finances, particularly technology, everything, all of that stuff. It was bigger than I could handle, for sure. And actually the universe stepped in by taking away my website, literally.
Yeah.
There were a few other things as
You
well.
can't ignore that, can you? You can't ignore that.
No. So it was just really, really interesting that when the time was up, the universe stepped in, and it was literally a hosting thing. They had the host had sent 4 emails to say that they were closing the platform, and they all went to my junk mail. And I was away at the time. I was on a 4-week holiday, funnily enough, and all of those emails went to my junk. So when I got back from my holiday, even though my assistant had sort of said, oh, there's a problem with the website, I don't think it's there anymore. I was like, no, of course it is. What are you talking about? And when I got back, the whole thing had disappeared even. So
then you have to surrender to that. And then there's acceptance.
Absolutely.
Then there is grief, and then there is moving on and building.
Yeah, so lots of emotion around that universal intervention. And just fascinating.
Stories would not, like, you know me. You've known me for many years. I knew you when you had Lemon Tree Book Company, and I and you know how passionate I am about the power of story, and this book is very much the essence of that. And we have been worked on so many anthologies. Goodness knows how many hundreds of stories.
At least, hundreds and hundreds of authors now together. And
so the call into that was loud. You couldn't ignore that either, could you?
That's right. Yeah. I think that was just such a powerful opportunity to sort of like grow and learn a new skill. And I did take a deep dive very quickly into that. I think, I think when I first started editing, I did about 20 books in 6 months or something.
Yeah, you're thrown in the deep end.
so yeah, literally, it keeps swimming. But it's just fascinating, and that was a universal thing, for sure. It was like, here, take this, and run with it. So it was.
Well, we are so grateful that you did, and we're also really grateful that you have written the chapter and been part of this book as well.
Oh, it's great to see it from the other side and be part of the the author group as well. It's wonderful.
Isn't
So yeah, being a
It really is.
#1 best-selling author.
Yay!
Yay!
So, yes, congratulations to everyone. Day 3 is coming on Friday. We're taking a day's break. We're not on tomorrow, but on Friday we will be back with some more co-authors, some more best-selling co-authors, and to
Yes.
celebrate day 3. But I know, like, I am loving these conversations. They light me up. I feel like
It's been so inspiring, hasn't it? Just these last couple of days has been really powerful. So yeah.
Absolutely. So guys, go and grab your copy online at Amazon, or come to KMD Books and grab your copy. Today we're going to be sharing all of this on our landing page as well. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you, Tracy, as always.
Thank you, Karen.
All right, guys.
See you on Friday.
Bye.
Bye.
See you Friday.